Are you taking magnesium supplements but still feeling tired, anxious, or unable to sleep? In this video, I'm going to reveal why most magnesium supplements are completely worthless and show you the one form that doctors actually recommend. You absolutely have to know this before you waste another dollar. Hey everyone, and welcome to ReVitaMen. Today we're diving deep into magnesium supplements, the different forms, and why most of them don't work. But make sure you stick around until the end because I'm going to reveal the #1 form of magnesium that changed everything for my health. And I guarantee it will shock you when you find out why 90% of people are taking the wrong kind. Alright, let's not waste any time. The biggest mistake most people make when buying magnesium, and we're starting with a huge one, is buying magnesium oxide just because it's cheap. Let me explain why this is so critical. Magnesium oxide has only a 4% absorption rate. That means if you take a 400 milligram capsule, your body is only absorbing about 16 milligrams. The rest? It's literally going down the toilet. You're essentially flushing your money away every single day. This form is so poorly absorbed that it's primarily used as a laxative in hospitals. If you can just stop buying magnesium oxide and switch to a better form, you'll already be ahead of 90% of people taking magnesium supplements. And if you thought that was eye-opening, you have no idea what's coming. The form of magnesium we'll reveal at the end isn't just better absorbed, it actually crosses the blood-brain barrier, which completely changes the game for anxiety, focus, and brain health. Okay, so now that you know what not to buy, let's talk about why magnesium is so incredibly important in the first place. Magnesium is involved in over 300 biochemical reactions in your body. Think about that for a second. 300 different processes depend on this one mineral. It's responsible for energy production, muscle function, nerve signaling, blood pressure regulation, and even the synthesis of DNA and protein. When you're deficient in magnesium, and studies show that nearly 50% of Americans are, your entire body starts to malfunction. The symptoms of magnesium deficiency are often misdiagnosed because they're so common. We're talking about chronic fatigue, muscle cramps and spasms, anxiety and depression, insomnia, high blood pressure, irregular heartbeat, and even migraine headaches. Most people go to their doctor complaining about these symptoms and walk out with a prescription for something else, when all they really needed was the right form of magnesium. Now here's where things get interesting. Not all magnesium supplements are created equal, and this is where most people get confused. There are at least 8 different forms of magnesium on the market, and each one has different absorption rates and different uses in the body. Let me break down the most common forms you'll see, starting from the worst and working our way up to the best. We already talked about magnesium oxide, terrible absorption, basically a laxative. Moving on. Next up is magnesium sulfate, which you might know as Epsom salt. This is great for baths and topical use for sore muscles, but when taken orally, it has poor bioavailability and acts as a strong laxative, not ideal for daily supplementation. Another common one is magnesium hydroxide, sold as milk of magnesia. Again, this is primarily used for constipation relief and has very poor absorption for nutritional purposes. If you're taking this thinking you're fixing your magnesium deficiency, you're not. Now let's talk about magnesium citrate. This is a step up from the previous forms. It has about 30% absorption, which is significantly better than magnesium oxide. It's often used for constipation relief, but in lower doses, it can be useful for general magnesium supplementation. The problem is that it can still cause digestive upset in some people, and there are better options available. Magnesium malate is another interesting form. It's magnesium bound to malic acid, and it's particularly beneficial for people with chronic fatigue and fibromyalgia. Malic acid is involved in energy production, so this form can help boost ATP production in your cells. The absorption is good, around 40 to 50%, and it's generally well tolerated without causing digestive issues. If you're dealing with chronic fatigue or muscle pain, this is actually a solid choice. Then we have magnesium taurate. This is magnesium bound to the amino acid taurine. This form is particularly good for cardiovascular health because taurine supports heart function and helps regulate blood pressure. Studies have shown that magnesium taurate can be beneficial for people with heart arrhythmias or high blood pressure. The absorption is excellent, and because taurine has a calming effect on the nervous system, this form can also help with anxiety without causing drowsiness. Now, magnesium glycinate is where things get really interesting. This is magnesium bound to the amino acid glycine. The absorption rate is around 80%, which is significantly higher than most other forms. Glycine itself is a calming neurotransmitter, so this form is excellent for people dealing with anxiety, stress, and sleep issues. It's also the gentlest form on the digestive system, so if you have a sensitive stomach, this is your best bet. Many doctors recommend magnesium glycinate for long-term daily supplementation because it's so well tolerated and effective. But here's something most people don't know about magnesium glycinate. Because it's so calming, it's best taken in the evening, about an hour before bed. It helps activate your parasympathetic nervous system, which is your rest and digest mode. People who take magnesium glycinate before bed often report falling asleep faster, sleeping more deeply, and waking up feeling more refreshed. It doesn't knock you out like a sleeping pill. Instead, it helps your body naturally transition into sleep mode. Let me share a quick story. A few months ago, I was dealing with terrible sleep. I'd lie in bed for hours, mind racing, unable to shut off my thoughts. I tried melatonin, which made me groggy the next day. I tried chamomile tea, which did basically nothing. Then I started taking 400 milligrams of magnesium glycinate about an hour before bed, and within 3 days, I noticed a massive difference. My mind stopped racing, my muscles relaxed, and I started falling asleep within 20 minutes. That's the power of using the right form of magnesium for the right purpose.
Now, what about dosage? This is crucial because you can definitely take too much magnesium, especially with the well-absorbed forms. The recommended daily allowance for adult men is around 400 to 420 milligrams, and for adult women, it's 310 to 320 milligrams. However, if you're deficient, you might need more initially. It's always best to start with a lower dose and work your way up to avoid any digestive upset. One thing to keep in mind is that magnesium can interact with certain medications, particularly antibiotics, blood pressure medications, and diuretics. If you're on any medications, definitely talk to your doctor before starting magnesium supplementation. You also want to pay attention to the timing of your magnesium. As I mentioned, glycinate is great in the evening. But if you're taking magnesium malate for energy, you'd want to take that in the morning with breakfast. The form and timing matter just as much as the dosage. And the second to last thing you need to know, which is incredibly important, is about magnesium L-threonate. This is the newer kid on the block, and it's generating a lot of excitement in the scientific community. What makes magnesium L-threonate special is that it's the only form of magnesium proven to cross the blood-brain barrier in significant amounts. This means it can directly increase magnesium levels in your brain cells, which has massive implications for cognitive function, memory, and mental health. Research from MIT showed that magnesium L-threonate improved both short-term and long-term memory in animal studies. Human studies are now showing similar promising results. People taking this form report better focus, clearer thinking, improved memory recall, and reduced brain fog. For anyone dealing with age-related cognitive decline or just wanting to optimize their brain performance, this is a game changer. The only downside is that it's more expensive than other forms, but if brain health is your priority, it's absolutely worth the investment. And now, the moment you've been waiting for. The #1 form of magnesium that doctors actually recommend, the one that gives you the most bang for your buck and works for almost everyone, is magnesium glycinate. Here's why this is the clear winner. It has the highest absorption rate of the common, affordable forms at around 80%. It's the gentlest on your digestive system, so you won't experience the laxative effect that ruins so many other forms. It supports better sleep naturally by activating your calming neurotransmitters. It reduces anxiety and stress without making you drowsy during the day. It helps with muscle relaxation and reduces cramps. And it's affordable and widely available, unlike some of the more specialized forms.
When you go to buy your next magnesium supplement, look for magnesium glycinate or magnesium bisglycinate on the label. Avoid anything that says magnesium oxide. Check that you're getting at least 300 to 400 milligrams of elemental magnesium per serving. And make sure there are no unnecessary fillers or additives. This one simple switch can transform your sleep, reduce your anxiety, eliminate your muscle cramps, and boost your overall energy levels. I've seen it happen countless times, and the science backs it up completely. So there you have it, the truth about magnesium supplements and why form matters more than anything else.
We covered why magnesium oxide is a waste of money, the different forms available and their uses, and of course, the most important one, magnesium glycinate as your daily go-to supplement. Now, I have a question for you. What form of magnesium are you currently taking, and what results have you noticed? Be honest and let me know in the comments below. I read every single one, and I want to hear about your experience. If you got value from this video, do me a huge favor and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss the next one.